Okay, hello guys. Today I'm looking at Kazuo Ishiguro's An Artist of the Floating World, and I'm going to discuss this based only on the main character. Uh, the key question today is Ono, Masuji Ono, who is the main character in this text. Is Masuji Ono a villain or a hero? Because when you read this text, you reach a point where you are conflicted whether you should categorize Masuji Ono, the main character, as a hero or as a villain, because the way other characters are treating him, you may tend to think that he's a man who hurt his country so much. But I'm of the contrary opinion. I believe, let me put my beliefs aside, but having read this text critically, Masuji Ono is not the traitor that is portrayed to be. To understand this better, I think we have to look at it from the beginning. Let's look at this character from the point he started his career to the end when he's old and his daughter is being married off. First, we have to understand that Masuji Ono was a hard working, or is a hardworking, is portrayed as a hardworking individual. From the beginning, even his father did not support his career. We are told his father banned all his art, his paintings. When he presented, when his father came across those paintings, instead of being proud of his accomplishment, his father banned them because he believed that there is nothing in art. He believed that art cannot make a man great, and he wanted his son to be great, so he banned it. So this is a man who never got support from his father when he started his career. First, he goes into Master Takeda's farm. He's mentored by Master Takeda. But Master Takeda is a person who values quantity over quality. They toil producing bulky pieces of art that are shipped off for sale. So it reaches a point, Masuji Ono realizes that no, that's not where his passion lies. So he moves to another farm, Morrison's farm. So Morrison prefers quality over quantity. So at Morrison's farm, he gets the freedom to produce quality work, not just with speed, but the quality. And he is appreciated. In fact, he adores Morrison to an extent that he behaves like Morrison. But it reaches a point he also had to leave Morrison. And even at the point of their separation, Morrison also bans his pieces of art. So at that point, I think that was a pivotal point in his life where he changed now from being an artist of the floating world to producing art that depicts the society and sensitizes people. What is come to be called as what comes to be called as propaganda, Japan's propaganda. And how did he get to this point? Uh, First, I'm insisting that he's not a villain, he's a hero, because before that, before the war, he was a very respected man, a very admired man. And his respect and admiration came from what his father had initially claimed that it's things of no value, art, painting. So he painted himself to a position of influence, a position of power. We are told he 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 even refers his reference when he writes you a letter of recommendation, when he recommends you for a certain position you get. We see when he recommends um, Shintaro's younger brother. He recommends Shintaro's younger brother. He recommends, we see at Migi Hidari, when they're talking about him, they're talking about him in a very respectable manner. So, this is a man of influence, a man who is so much respected. So it reaches a point he after he gets that in literature we call it a moment of epiphany. He comes to realization that whatever he's doing, and all these happened when when Masuda he took a walk with Masuda to the slums, and when he gets to the slums, he gets to experience how pathetic and dehumanizing the life in the slum is. So that one brings him to realization. He feels uh, uh, this art for art's sake, uh, just art uh, of depicting pleasure world and good things in the pleasure districts, is not helping. So he starts painting art that now depicts the world as it is, with an aim of sensitizing people and calling for action. So when he gets into this art, remember this art is considered political. So when he gets into this art, the art goes against the values of Morrison, his mentor. So Morrison gets angry. Morrison decides to ban his paintings. So he walks away. He decides to walk away and starts working on the pieces of art that sensitizes the world and calls for action. So this is where he comes up with his famous art complacency. Complacency. So remember now, this period of war is a period, things change. And when Japan now is going to war, his art is used for propaganda, for war propaganda, and calling people to arms and sending them to fight in order to make Japan great and all that. So eventually, and we know this historically, Japan loses the war to the Allied forces. So practically, America takes over. Japan. So when America takes over Japan, after Japan has lost to the Allied forces, there is change in cultural values. There is erosion of Japan's culture. Although later on they stabilized it, but there was an erosion of Japan's culture. What was considered great initially is no longer great now. Therefore, those actions and the heroes of the war, some of them start committing suicide because the world is now looking at them differently. And Masuji Ono, given that he wrote, he painted art that sensitized people and called for action, therefore sending men to war, he's also considered part of the, the, the people who went to war, or part of the people who send the sons of Japan to war. And a lot of people were killed in that war, by the way. So now, because things have changed, they look at him differently. If you want to understand the change that is happening, we look at Ichiro, because Ichiro is behaving, the things he like, his mannerism is more of American cowboy than the Japan culture. So it's an indication that there is change in cultural values. There is erosion of Japan's culture, and people are facing west. Therefore, Masuji, our character Masuji Ono, is conflicted because he believes everything he did it for greater good. He did it for Japan. He did it for his country. And this can be summarized through what is said here, Masuda, on page 108. Masuda says that I realize there are now those who will condemn the likes of you and me for the very things we were once proud to have achieved. And I suppose this is why you are worried, Ono. You think perhaps I will praise you for the things perhaps best forgotten. So at this point, Ono is conflicted because the things which uh, people are proud of those days, the things which made him great and revered, are now things which are bringing shame upon him. And his daughter's marriage proposal is at stake. Noriko's marriage proposal is at stake because of his past. Therefore, now he's walking around, going to his friends and trying to to make things right, so that according to Japan's culture, when they do a follow up to an investigation to understand the kind of a person that he is, his friends should not bring up his great past, because his